Rev up your engines!
Well, Ford has had to cave in on their demands to their dealerships to put in so many EV chargers and train people because they were sued by their own Ford dealerships. Illinois State Vehicle Board handed Ford dealerships in the state a victory after claiming Ford broke the law with its program's requirement. They were trying to force them to do things that was not in their original contract with Ford, I guess. Well, whatever. It shows that dealerships don't want to deal with electric cars. They've already told Ford, please, don't send us any more of these electric cars until we sell the ones we have, because they're sitting around and no one's buying them. And guess what? This is, really an interesting time, too, because almost December now, right? The worst time for car dealerships are December, January, Christmas, New Year's, right? And add this to the mix. It's cold then. And guess what happens when it's cold? Electric vehicles don't work all that well, right? Guy brought me one. He said he lost 90 miles of range driving his Ford F-150 electric lightning truck in the winter. Lost 90 miles range versus the summer. There's kind of a perfect storm coming. Nobody wants to buy them. The dealers don't want to service them. And cold weather is coming. I don't think they're going to be selling that many of them in the next 2 months. Well, the United States is now probing into 6.4 million Hyundai and Kias that were recalled over fire risks. They're saying they didn't react fast enough. These companies are always stonewalling. I mean, half the time their solution is, we'll put a piece of masking tape over there. We'll rewrite the software so the engine will shut itself off so it doesn't start on fire, which is, of course, dangerous. But, of course, they get away with murder with these things. Well, in this case, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said it was opening an audit to evaluate the timeliness of Hyundai and Kia's decisions making an adherence with reporting requirements that understate the varying defect description and remedies between these recalls. They just told people, park away from structures so your car doesn't start on fire. I mean, talk about just total absurdity. And then you take your car to the dealer. Oh, no, yours isn't covered. You got to pay to fix it. La, la, la. I've had so many customers with Kias that the engines were supposed to be replaced. And they take it into the dealer and say, you're out of the warranty period. We tested yours and it's okay. It's within the limits of oil burning. Blah, 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 right? Here's my solution to the problem with Hyundais and Kias. Don't buy them, and you won't have any problems with them. That's the best solution. Don't deal with a crappy company. Sidestep them. Don't buy their products. Lots of cars out there, you don't have to buy theirs. Well, looks like GM CEO Mary Barra has lost on the high-tech bet with their Cruise self-driving taxis, right? Kyle Vogt, the CEO, and the guy was a co-founder of Cruise. Goodbye, he's gone. He left. Just a few months ago, they allowed, you can have these self-driving taxis in San Francisco. Then one hit a fire truck, one was involved in a pedestrian hit where it ran over somebody, and now they can't even run them in San Francisco anymore. Realize they spent billions of dollars on Cruise, and according to insiders, they're just getting started. Spending more billions of dollars wasted? To me, the whole thing's a stupid idea. Well, they put all this money in and they found out, it doesn't work. And you know what they'll do? They're so stupid at GM, they'll probably throw more billions. And if you remember last year, Mary, the CEO, said, going to make billions with the self-driving and AI intelligence driving. We're going to make a fortune. They've thrown billions in it and they haven't seen anything back. Except the guy who started Cruise, he left. He's gone. I'm sure he lined his pockets with a lot of those billions went in his pocket, right? At least hundreds of millions. And now he's gone. Gee, I guess it didn't work. Well, I'm out of here. Bye, people. It was great meeting you. Realize, Cruise lost $1.9 billion the first 9 months of 2023. And it lost $1.36 billion last year, 2022. This thing is a money pit. So, on GM. Their future self-driving cars. Guess what? It ain't working out all that well, is it? The CEO, he quits and leaves and says, I really enjoyed my time here. I thank all the employees. Yeah, I thank him too. Think all the money he put in his own back pocket. Well, there's trouble below on Elon Musk's boring company. You know, he's got that boring company. I find his whole company boring, but they're talking about where they're digging the tunnels, right? So far, he's only built one, and it's in Las Vegas, connecting convention centers or something, 2-point-something miles, and it costs, I don't know, 40, 50 million, whatever, a ton of money, just peed down the toilet. All his other projects have fallen apart. Nobody's done them. Now, to me, it's only common sense. I'm revolutionary. Look, we're going to have a boring company. People are going to go 140 miles an hour underground. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, subways were built in the 1800s, baby. That's what a subway is, right? And subways cost a lot of money and take years to build, right? And this clown was saying, oh, I'm going to have a real fast boring machine, too, and it's going to bore so fast, we'll be able to go a mile in a day. Yeah, good luck. See how that lasts. You go in a city, there's so much infrastructure underground, you're not going to be boring that fast. You're going to hit rock, you're going to hit old tunnels, you're going to hit water mains, you're going to hit power lines. The whole idea, as far as I'm concerned, is just stupid. We got all this above ground land, you can run things there. Why do you have to drill under, right? It's just insanity. And all these other cities and states have realized that. I mean, check it out. Boring projects from California to Illinois, Texas, Florida, and Maryland have all fizzled or been disbanded. Of course they have. It's just a stupid idea. I'm assuming that they all expected government funding, right? And then they'd suck off the government and get all our taxpayer dollars, put it in their own pockets, and then say, oh, gee, you know, these tunnels cost more money than we thought. And give us more. We need more. We need more, right? Well, they've only built the one in Las Vegas. They'll probably be the only one ever built. Talk about a white elephant. Well, you think your car commute to work is long? Look at this guy. His commute is 14 hours back and forth. Now, that's what I call a commute. I guess he doesn't have much time left for working, right? Back and forth. He's got to sleep. Maybe he sleeps on his commute. I don't know. Well, it turns out this guy is, of course, an airline steward. And he used to live in New York, but they got sick of living in New York like most people. But then again, he made a really dumb choice. Now he lives in California, right? So his work commute, he's got to get up in California, fly to New York, and then do his job, and then fly back to California, right? So, I mean, to me, the guy's crazy because he lived in one place I'd never want to be, New York City, and then he moved to a place even worse, Los Angeles. As David Bowie said one time, they asked him after he filmed the movie The Man Who Fell from Earth, well, David, what did you think about living in California? And he said, on the whole, if I had a choice between living in hell and living in California, I would pick hell every time. He was specifically talking about Los Angeles. You know, all the fake people that he met there, you know. He's dead now, but I guess from what I've read about him, he was a pretty intelligent guy. And he probably saw through these people and their bogus crap in L.A. where they're all promising him, David, boy, we got an idea for you. David, listen to my music, blah, blah, blah. He couldn't stand it, right? He said it was like hell. Well, this guy went from New York, where the land of taxation, to even more, Los Angeles, the land of more taxations and even crazier people. And now he commutes 14 hours a day. Well, I guess he's the one who chose it. Honda Hillbilly says, what's your thoughts on Honda's new e-scooter, the Honda Moto Compacto? It's based off Honda's old gas-powered motorcycle, the Honda Moto Compo. Would you care buy one of these fancy big wheels since you have e-bikes? If it's Honda quality, should I consider giving up my bus pass? I've seen the Japanese riding around. Japanese do some pretty weird stuff in Japan, right? They look kind of like a suitcase, rectangular-ish, and one, they got little wheels. They probably can't go all that fast. And two, where can you legally drive them, right? I mean, if you're on the road and they go a certain speed, they have to be registered as a motor vehicle, right? Because I don't think this thing has pedals. And if it doesn't have pedals, it is not an electric bicycle. It is then a scooter. And there are laws for scooters. You got to get licenses. They got to have turn signals. They got to have brake lights. They got to have good braking systems on them. Now, it's such a weird looking thing. I don't think I'd ever buy one. You know, if they wanted to send me one to try it out, hey, I'm game. I try out anything. I even try out Teslas, you know. Hey, I'm honest. I'll test out a machine to see how it works, right? But I don't think I'd ever buy one. Where can you actually drive these things? And, you know, the people don't want you to be in the bicycle lanes if you're an electric-only vehicle with no pedals. They don't like it. So it'd kind of be a no-man's land vehicle here. Mr. Wayne M. says, my transmission is overheating. I got 2016 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport with 96,000 miles. When I go 70 or higher, after about 30 minutes, I get a warning that says the transmission is overheating to slow down. At higher speeds, it's overheating. I assume your transmission cooler is not working. have that checked out. Or maybe you live in an area where there's bugs all over the place. Look down there, and if that cooler's just covered with bugs, get a little air, spray them off once you get them all wet and break them off. For some reason, you're probably not getting enough airflow. Now, if it's not that, means your transmission's starting to wear out, because at higher speeds, it's spinning higher, and if it's overheating, it's because there's too much friction inside the transmission and it overheats, right? So, it could be that. Could just be a bad transmission. It is a Mitsubishi. They don't make the greatest transmissions in the world. Pray it's your cooler that's clogged up, either inside, which you can get flushed out, or outside with bugs or paper bags or something that got stuck on them and won't let the air flow. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.